This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
Welcome in to Fenton, Missouri at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, where we have St. Louis FC taking on Rio Grande Valley FC. Both teams coming into tonight with 15 points on the young season here. Good evening. I am Dan Butlock alongside Bill McDermott. And Bill, two quality teams coming in here tonight, fighting for points in the Western Conference. It should be a nice game out there.
It should be, Dan. Vancouver, still the team to look after in the Western Conference. St. Louis FC had a very good game against them in their last home appearance here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. The first look at an expansion team here in USL, Rio Grande Valley FC. The Toros, coached by Wilmer Cabrera, who's been in and around the American soccer scene for decades. So this team will be ready to play despite the fact that it's their first appearance on the road here in St. Louis.
You mentioned the STL FC playing Vancouver Whitecaps, a 1-1 tie. What would you like to see carried over from that game into tonight's matchup against?
Exactly the way they played in the second half, Dan. Everybody ran for everybody. It was 11 people up, 11 people back. They found gaps. They played out of the back nicely. The forwards got involved in the attack. But perhaps their best soccer was played in the second half by St. Louis FC. Now, problem being, Dan, there's so many games in such a short period of time, you can't put that exact first 11 back out on this particular game.
Yeah, some guys out. Herrera will not play tonight. Bond will not play tonight, or at least won't start tonight. What kind of what chance? It's kind of a big chance for other guys to step up.
Exactly,
tonight.
to step up. And here's pretty much a solid first 11 for the visiting Toros. Pretty much these players, majority of these players, have been in the first 11 consistently for Wilmer Cabrera, making the starting goal tonight. Callum Irving, seldom used by Rio Grande FC. Rob Lovejoy, he has 3 goals for the visiting Toros. Really likes to run at the defenses. He'll get wide on the flank. He'll go in and out of the top position, but he really gets involved nicely. Robert T.J. Castor leads the team with assists, so he'll be the guy furnishing the ball mostly to number 23, Rob Lovejoy.
And when you look on the other side, the starters for St. Louis FC, though.
Well, we have a chance to look at some different players in different positions. Up top in the 4-2-3-1 formation, up top the lone forward will be Jeremy Lynch, getting his first start of the 2016 season. Shilo Chuma gets that start on the right flank. He's been injured, had a bad hamstring, back into first 11. Tyler David stepping into one of the holding midfield positions. Still the same back four with the exception of Mitch Lurie. He comes in for Parker Marr. He'll be up and down on that left flank. Played very well in the Open Cup game against Cleveland. So this is a solid first 11 simply because there's more depth to this team, and every one of these players has been training explicitly hard for this particular game and then the Open Cup game coming up this coming Wednesday.
Weather is absolutely gorgeous tonight. Clear skies, 81 degrees. We're in for a beautiful night for football here in Fenton, Missouri at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. The anthem is just about to start here at Fenton, Missouri at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. We'll take a break on the radio side. Come on back for kickoff on 550 KTRS. 4-3-3 is St. Louis FC, and 4-2-3 is RGV FC. And Bill, tonight, both teams coming in looking for points. They're tied for fourth in the Western Conference. What kind of game do you expect here tonight from STL FC?
Well, I think from St. Louis FC, what we're going to see at the outset is not a tremendous amount of pressure from the very get-go, simply because there's still some tired people, even though there's been some changes in the first 11. Still some tired people from a very difficult game against a very difficult opponent on Wednesday night, Vancouver. Now there's been some different people inserted into the first 11 to help prevent against that, but we'll soon see here at the outset. Rio Grande Valley, as you pointed out, for an expansion team, thoroughly involved in the playoff race. They're tied for fourth place, as you just pointed out. You can't get much closer, Dan. They're all 15 points, knotted up. They're both the same, +3 goals for, goals against. So in the capacity that you see a lot of teams in this league, a lot of parity, plus a lot of youth in each first 11.
You mentioned the youth there. It's a developmental league, so you want to see guys improve each year. We'll talk about that in a minute, but as we pause now for the anthem here.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Of the national anthem as we return it back here to the broadcast booth at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park here in Fenton, Missouri, as St. Louis FC taking on Rio Grande Valley. Both teams, as we mentioned, 15 points tonight. And Bill, right before the anthem there, we were talking about the developmental league that is the USL. Where has STL FC kind of made the most strides this year? Where are they improving the most?
I think in particular, and this is what you really want to see, referees assigned to tonight's game, the quality of the soccer. And never was that more evident, Dan, than in the second half, bits and pieces of the first half against Vancouver last Wednesday night, but in particular in that second half, because there is a big difference between possession and then having a threat with your possession. Against Vancouver in the second half, they were the first time that St. Louis FC had a team pinned in. As we get a chance to look at the Western Conference, top 5 in that conference. As you just pointed out, Vancouver, the only undefeated team in the league. Los Dos, the Galaxy, in second, closely following behind with 20 points. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That's where St. Louis FC goes to play next Saturday in between an Open Cup game on Wednesday night. And then, as we pointed out, St. Louis and Rio Grande tied for fourth place with 15 points. As we look at the respective captains, number 2, Kevin Garcia for the visiting Toros, and number 14, James Musa, in the absence of Chad Bond not being in the first 11 tonight, Dan.
Both teams are streaking. RGV has a 4-game undefeated streak coming into tonight. They tied last time out against San Antonio. The STL FC has a 3-game undefeated streak and an undefeated at home this year, so the importance of locking down home field advantage, always important, though.
And as an answer to your previous question, not just with the quality of soccer, as we look at both keepers, Callum Irving for the visiting Toros from Vancouver, a Canadian goalkeeper. Mark Pace, he's been the man in the back for St. Louis FC in the first 11. His 9th game played, pretty stingy, 1.38 goals against average. But what you have to do in this league is stay actively involved in the race via your home games. And this is something that St. Louis FC is doing this year as opposed to 2015, Dan.
Yeah, it's home match 6 here tonight for St. Louis FC. It's their 12th overall USL match here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park as we stand by for kickoff here in Fenton, Missouri. Both teams again at 15 points coming into tonight's game. Very even on the goals for, goals against, Bill, as you mentioned, +3 on both sides. So maybe that first goal could really set the tone here tonight.
Very much so. And in particular, to continue on your theme from your prior question, Dan, you want to make your home venue impossible for visitors to play. I was very actively involved with the 2008 run for the Columbus Crew and their home season at Columbus Crew Stadium in 2008. They were in transcendent form every time they took the field in a home game.
It will be St. Louis FC going right to left on your radio dial. Rio Grande Valley left to right. They're in their white tops, blue trunks, and white socks. And FC St. Louis comes out tonight in their navy blue tops, navy blue trunks, and navy blue socks.
As you mentioned at the very outset with the first 11s, Tyler David getting a start as the holder tonight alongside of James Musa. He's a rookie in this league, and he has thoroughly said that when Dale Shilley asked him, how different is this than a college season? He said, I felt like I've played 2 years already. It's so strenuous.
Quickly played down to the right side by Rio Grande Valley, and it's out of bounds for our first throw-in of the match. Just at the end of St. Louis's bench. It'll be Kai Green on the restart. Ball is loose, and Tyler David gets to it, knocks it towards midfield. RGV recovers.
And immediately into the attack, Dan, is Rio Grande getting everybody forward. 2 center backs standing at the half line.
Stolen away at midfield. Here comes St. Louis FC. Trying to come to this left side for Barklage, and a foul called as referee almost played possession, but it was clear that St. Louis would not keep that possession, so he called the foul. So free kick for St. Louis.
Good refereeing by Elvis Mamutovic, the man in charge tonight. Trent Payne, Aaron Schumacher, the assistants. Eric Wood is the 4th official tonight.
James Musa over the ball for St. Louis.
This has been another part of St. Louis FC's team that has been so dramatically different this year, with A.J. Cochran joining the MLS veteran from the Houston Dynamo. By the way, the partner of Rio Grande Valley, gives Musa a lot more freedom to move around.
Sent into the box, headed away by RGV, but not out of danger. They'll clear it away now, dribbling it out towards midfield. In transition, nice move on the far side with space. Here comes RGV. Sent into the box at the 6, it's loose, taken down from behind, no call. It was the forward for RGV, went down, and St. Louis clears it out of danger towards midfield. Unable to corral it in was Lynch, and RGV recovers with possession. So early chance there for RGV on the cross.
Good work from Rio Grande to get forward out on that left flank and get a ball over in behind the defense. A very difficult ball to deal with. As a matter of fact, it bounced in the penalty area, and that's always troublesome when a ball bounces in your area.
Ball at midfield. Rio Grande with possession, far side. Push down the line. Moving it forward, cutting it back, sending into the box, headed away. By St. Louis, corralled in, trying to turn, unable to, and turnover, but recovered by St. Louis. As Jamil Hardware couldn't corral it in. Sent to midfield, RGV with possession. Turning is Charlie Ward. Ward gets cut off to the near side now. Ball stolen away by Barklage. Barklage wants to go the other way. Tries a pass inside, stolen away by Rio Grande. In transition, here they come. Escalante into the midfield. Out of the far side for Rio Grande.
You can see right away, Dan, that they get everyone involved, the Toros do. They get out of the backfield quickly, they move it quickly, and they find people equally as fast.
Up top, it's Lynch playing it back. St. Louis with possession near midfield, trying to build something up here. At midfield, St. Louis moving the ball. Played back.
Musa always available in that center circle. He's playing alongside of Tyler David tonight.
Fink over the ball right now, playing it for David. And they'll play it back for goalie Mark Pace at the top of his 18. Pace played 8 games this year. He's got a 1.38 goals against. Sends it forward. Fighting for the ball at midfield. Jameel Hardware gets possession, laying it off. Now here's Musa for Tyler David. Turns with space. Releasing into the near side is Barklage. Barklage settles it nicely. Makes a move, trying to cut in. Gets it poked away, but still has it on his feet. On the right foot. Chips it far side. Inside the box, but headed away. Recovered by Rio Grande and whacked out of danger. In the backfield now for St. Louis. Tracking it down. Finke's pressured. Gets it stolen away. And a shot goes wide to the right. There's not a real threat there, as over the ball for RGV was Kyle Murphy.
Quick on the counter, trying to get Kyle Murphy involved, yet to score this year. Also up top is number 23, Rob Lovejoy. He has 3 goals so far for the Toros, but a little bit better there by St. Louis FC. Brandon Barklage coming in off the left flank, trying to clip it over into the opposite side of the penalty area, looking for Sheila Chuma.
So Mark Pace will restart it. 4 minutes, 50 seconds gone here, first half. And welcoming you into Worldwide Technology Soccer Park here in Fenton, Missouri. St. Louis FC taking on Rio Grande Valley. A fight for third place here tonight. Tyler David at midfield. Playing it into the kickoff circle, now laid to the far side. Tracking it down is Richard Dixon for St. Louis, pushing it forward. Jameel Hardware trying to make a move, playing it forward, but kept in nicely by Rio Grande Valley, and they'll push it back towards midfield and deflect it out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in.
Jameel Hardware, who was very active in the game Wednesday night against Vancouver, as a matter of fact, played one of his better games for St. Louis FC. Dan, as we look at Sam Fink alongside of James Musa there. Foul was whistled up against the visitors, but Hardware played very nicely alongside of Irvin Herrera when he was alongside of him, or where he's more comfortable, playing a little bit deeper, but he was sideline to sideline as that forward midfielder.
Pick it up, sent into the box by St. Louis. Chested down by Rio Grande and sent out of danger right back to midfield. St. Louis will reset. It's Cochran. Gets it knocked away though. Stolen away, nice steal by RGV, and a shot and a deflection wide as a miscue in the backfield by St. Louis leads to an opportunity, and there's a corner kick coming.
Yeah, rare misplay between Sam Fink and A.J. Cochran. That's an aberration. That doesn't happen on a regular basis. It can't, not in this league or anywhere in the world. You had number 18, Kyle Murphy, one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Jose Escalante over the ball here. Our first corner kick of the match. Escalante, high cross, sent in. No problem there for Mark Pace. Taking it in for St. Louis.
Initial shape of the ball was good from Escalante. Curled a bit too much in towards the goalkeeper.
Pace rolls it out for Cochran. Now it's on the far side. Sam Fink playing it forward. Long ball. Looking for Lynch. Couldn't get onto it. And he steals it away now from Rio Grande. St. Louis with possession. Played forward. Jameel Hardware turning. Now trying to spring a ball through and unable to get to it. Was St. Louis out of bounds. So goal kick coming.
Sheila Chuma gets that start in the right flank tonight. Speed to burn for number 32, Chuma. He's from Zimbabwe, played 2 years at Maryland. From Zimbabwe, as I mentioned, but grew up in Alexandria, Virginia. Been in and out of the first 11. Nursing a hamstring, but ready to go for tonight's match and started into the first 11.
Starting to cool down here at Fenton, Missouri. The sun going down behind us. Nice cool breeze coming off the Merrimack River there.
Yeah. Immediately adjacent to the Merrimack River. And as a matter of fact, that's what caused all the problems to this venue.
Yes.
Very first part of the year. In about 60 or 70 days, this place was looking brand new and back for business in this USL season.
Yeah, I had a chance to walk down on the field earlier. Just a nice, the artificial stuff is amazing out there. So it's very nicely put, and the playing surface is great. No bumps and bruises out there on the field, that's for sure.
Brand new surface this year because of the flood. The existing surface was moved over to another part of the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. This one is the Denny Long Field at the Marshall Wilds Stadium at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
Goal kick coming for St. Louis. 8 minutes, 35 seconds gone. First half, no score here. As Mark Pace restarts it. Ball knocked around and loose at midfield, brought down by Rio Grande.
Yeah, Jorginho James very active. You see that here in the early going of the first half. Foul will set up there against Mitch Lurie, but Jorginho James inside that center circle. He's the guy that really holds it, keeps control of it, and draws fouls just like that.
Another foul here as Tyler David takes down his man.
This is Rio Grande FC playing the ball out of their own backfield. Mitch Lurie with that foul.
Garcia.
Not allowing number 11, Jose Escalante, to turn.
Ball in the backfield for Rio Grande. Played forward through midfield. Bad first touch there, but recovered by Rio Grande. That was Escalante. At midfield now is Kasner. Pushing it back and keeping in on the near side touch line. Escalante in the backfield. Pressure from Jamil Hardware from St. Louis. Rio Grande gets out of it to the far side now. Ball knocked around and out of bounds. Throw in coming.
St. Louis FC doing a good job, Dan, of chasing, not allowing Rio Grande to play out of the backfield.
Rio Grande with possession far side. We'll lay it back and we'll try and work it around. Looking for something here to the near side. It's Garcia. Chipping a ball forward, looking for in space. Ball is played down and a shot is blocked as Kyle Murphy was in. And St. Louis recovers.
Murphy, and again, in a nice open field tackle from Sam Fink. Not fouling in the penalty area.
Errant pass by Tyler David, recovered now by St. Louis.
Just a moment ago, nicely flatted ball into the penalty area. Mark Pace not quite sure to go. He didn't. He didn't have to. His defensive center back, Sam Fink, number 3, with a nice tackle inside that penalty area.
Rio Grande with possession at midfield, knocking it around, trying to crack this St. Louis defense. Near side, Garcia. Played in 9 games, pushing it forward. Knocked away, though, by Mitch Lurie. Far side, brought down and knocked away, and 50-50 balls taken by Rio Grande. And played forward and looking for a foul on the far side was Rio Grande. Player still down. Referee says no, shaking the finger, no. Still down is the Rio Grande player on that far side. Their teammates don't see it though. They're knocking it around in the backfield, and now they'll play it out of bounds as the injured player will get some attention here. I think that's Escalante. I'm not sure. No, it's not Escalante.
That's Rob Lovejoy, as a matter of fact, Dan. Ball
3 goals
played
in 3
into
games.
Lovejoy. Battling him initially was number 2, Richard Dixon. As I mentioned, Lovejoy loves to run at defenders. Coming back to get the second tackle in. This particular time was Richard Dixon. You could see the referee immediately adjacent to the play, motioning that he did indeed get the entire ball. So Richard Dixon doing the defending. That's Wilmer Cabrera talking to the 4th official. Wilmer Cabrera, who's been actively involved, as I mentioned, in every form of soccer in the United States, a former Colombian international, 48 caps, played in 3 games at the 1998 World Cup. As a matter of fact, I announced the game at Lens, France, that he played in against England. And that was a real signifier there, Dan, when at the end of the game, Carlos Valderrama, who had been marginalized in the game simply because, not of his abilities, his age, but he sought out David Beckham to change shirts at the end of the game, simply much to say, it's a young man's game.
Yes.
Your turn.
Yeah, Carlos Valderrama, the best hair in soccer for
No
a long
question.
time there. Near side, RGV in front of St. Louis's bench with possession. It's Kai Green trying to work around a couple of St. Louis defenders, knocked out of bounds. Throw in coming.
2 players from St. Louis FC collapsing on Kaya Green. Brandon Barklage, and coming over, as I mentioned, sideline to sideline, doing the running is number 7, Jamil Hardware.
Jorginho James on the reception there, handing it off. It's Kai Green, sent in on the head ball to the far post. And out of bounds far side, so goal kick coming.
Dangerous ball sent in from Kaya Green. Looking for number 18, Kyle Murphy, a glancing header. Then a nice ball played in. As you can see, here's the original play. Brandon Barklage out on that left flank. Kai Green gets the ball over curls it with his foot, and his right footed cross just glances off the head of number 18, Kyle Murphy, who was simply trying to redirect that.
13 minutes, 40 seconds gone now here. In the first half, no score. St. Louis unable to keep possession off the goal kick, and played forward by the team in white. That's Rio Grande, and a foul called on A.J. Cochran. The team leader in minutes, A.J. Cochran.
Every minute so far for number 4, A.J. Cochran, who, as I mentioned, comes over from the Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer. He's also seen plenty of international action in his youth, Dan, playing with the under 18, under 20, and under 23 national team for the United States.
Turning at midfield is Jameel Hardware trying to spring Lynch. Couldn't get it though. It was defended nicely by Rio Grande.
Now, if Jameel Hardware receives, turns, dribbles, and forces that center back to commit, then Jeremy Lynch can make his run off that committed defender.
A lot of midfield play so far here. Rio Grande with most of the opportunities toward the net so far, Bill.
And inside that center circle, the two guys who really run the show for them, you can see that immediately, number 6, Jorginho James, and number 8, Charlie Ward.
With possession, Rio Grande on the near side now, pushing it forward. Kai Green, defended by Barklage, and Barklage goes down. And a
Kai
foul
Green,
called.
yeah, Kai Green fouling Brandon Barklage. Senselessly there, may I add. He was getting forward, has been getting forward nicely. Number 15, Kai Green, entering your picture is Brandon Barklage. The push, the go. There's a chance that you could still win that ball somehow, some way. No need to foul the defender there by number 15, Kai Green.
St. Louis looking to get some possession here, Bill, and trying to get something forward offensively. Haven't been able to get that final pass.
They have not, Dan. They haven't been able to really build and keep the ball for any period of time at all. No possession whatsoever so far on any kind of a consistent basis.
Here's Cochran, turning and looking forward. Lays the ball. Looking for Lynch at the corner of the 18, and a foul call as Lynch had his hands in the midsection of the Rio Grande defender. So free kick coming for the 4-2-3 Rio Grande Valley.
Expansion team coming into the league this year, as we mentioned, coached by Wilmer Cabrera. Another expansion team, FC Cincinnati, coached by John Harkes, just continues to do magical things in that Eastern Conference, undefeated in their 6th straight game. Another match last night, over 19,000 people at Nippert Stadium.
Ball played forward by RGV, and Barklage gets it and clears it out of danger for St. Louis at midfield. A little short, long, and no offsides here. And now they'll raise the flag as Hardware finally takes it in.
And behind that last defender, waiting for the ball, was number 7, Jameel Hardware, but nicely brought down by Jeremy Lynch. Hardware, who, as I mentioned, Dan, had a wonderful game on Wednesday night against the visiting Vancouver Whitecaps team. Long ball flooded out of the backfield. James Musa on the end of it, trying to find Jameel Hardware. He's in behind the last line of defense. Without the ball, you're offside.
Indeed. I guess one positive so far we can look at for St. Louis, although they have not had the possession, Bill, is they've really kept it in the midfield for RGV.
And any kind of breakout that Rio Grande has tried to attempt via number 18, Kyle Murphy, it hasn't worked as of yet, but he's obviously their target up top, anywhere in and around that penalty area.
Yeah, they're really trying to spring that long ball. They're trying to spring Murphy. Hasn't connected yet. Near side. Rio Grande Valley, no foul call as he was taken down.
Mitch Lurie gets away with a foul there against Kai Green. How it wasn't a foul, I don't know.
The referee's assistant didn't raise his flag there. He does have the ability to do that, but didn't see it. So we'll score one for St. Louis there on the no call.
Good work by the captain there, Kevin Garcia. It wasn't on to go forward. Just knock it back to your center back, let it play, begin there.
Cross midfield, RGV playing it down, trying to release the player into space, but too much pace on the ball, and Mark Pace off of his line takes it back into the box. And they'll pick it up now. 18 minutes gone here, no score at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Walter No Florist, your personal florist since 1983, family owned and operated and proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS. Order online today at WKF.com. All on the far side and cleared out of play by RGV towards midfield. Brought down by Kasner. Laying it in toward the midfield now. To the near side. RGV threatening here. Jose Escalante cutting in at top of the 18. Step over. Plays it back. Tyler David defending. Here's Kasner for RGV. To the near side. Lay it off. Ball sent in. Far post. And still in the box and chested towards goalie Mark Pace. And he'll bring it in.
Yeah, dangerous ball curled in over the top of the defense. Richard Dixon alert to it. He knew immediately there was a player coming in off his shoulder. He had his back to play. Chested it down to his goalkeeper very cleanly.
I got to update myself on the rule book, Bill. I thought you could only head it back to the goalkeeper.
You could chest it
Now
down.
you can chest it.
Mm-hmm.
Ball played back to RGV goalie Callum Irvin. And they'll turn and try and come up the field left to right. Through midfield now, played forward. Here comes RGV, threatening here. With a shot, low shot, and goes wide to the left, to the right of Mark Pace.
Well, that's what we talked about at the outset of our telecast and broadcast. Number 23, Rob Lovejoy's got 3 goals, usually due to plays like that. Receiving, turning at midfield, and running at defenders.
St. Louis trying to get some sustained possession here. Musa laying it back, now to the near side. It's Lurie. Back for Cochran. Cochran going to lay it back for Pace. Pace has to one-touch it out of bounds as he was under pressure there from Kyle Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy making everyone in the backfield play, not only when they have the ball at their feet, but also when the ball's played to him in the air. Very active in and around that penalty area arc is number 18, Kyle Murphy.
Far side possession for RGV and their white kits tonight. Laying it to the backfield, trying to work it around the defense of St. Louis. To the near side, Garcia play pitch and catch with Jorginho James across midfield. Kasner with some space is going to take it. 3 defenders around him, laying it off. Sent into the box and offsides, I believe, yes, on that far side. So ending the threat there. Well, you can really see the game plan here for RGV is that getting it forward and then getting it to the outsides and then trying to serve it in, Bill.
They want to get it wide to the flank players. Situations like this where Kasner dribbles, looks up, plays it wide on the flank, just offside. The left back who is going to curl this in with his first touch. Pulls it up offside. Think on the clearance nonetheless. But you're right, Dan. Anywhere around the center circle, get it wide as quickly as possible. Do the attacking. Get the ball into the penalty area.
Restarted via the right foot for Pace, sent forward, knocked around. Eventually taken in by RGV and a foul called far side against St. Louis. A free kick coming.
Richard Dixon falling against number 23, Rob Lovejoy, the Jamaican center back. Combined many times on Wednesday night with his fellow Jamaican, Jameel Hardware.
Knocked around. Tyler David for St. Louis. Trying to bring it in. He's defended. Stolen away. Far side. Lovejoy. Defended. Cuts inside. Still with the ball. Laying it back and they'll keep possession and restart and try and build it up here. To the far side for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, Charlie Ward just lying deeply enough so he makes himself always available inside the center circle.
No foul called. Could have been called as the Rio Grande Valley player went down. St. Louis with possession at midfield. It's James Musa. He's got 2 goals on the year. Laying it back for Sam Fink. Spins out of trouble. Laying it off for Mark Pace, the goalkeeper, for Cochran. Like to see St. Louis keep some sustained possession and really work something up the field here, Bill.
The overlapping left back, Mitch Lurie, attempted to do just that. Good work from Jeremy Lynch. The hard work was all done there by St. Louis FC. Get it onto the back, play to the target, lay it off to the overlapper.
Rio Grande Valley, 5 first half goals on the year, trying to improve on that as they've had most of the possession here in the first 23 minutes, 25 seconds of the first half. Kasner.
Yeah, Kasner, he's very active for them as well, Dan, sideline to sideline.
Yeah, you can see why he leads the team in
exactly.
assists. He's a really good distributor of the ball in the midfield. Played forward. Knocked away by St. Louis. It's Barklage under some pressure. Plays it forward. Jeremy Lynch gets taken down. A foul call, hard foul call.
The right back fouling the striker at the halfway line. No necessity for that whatsoever. So St. Louis now keeps it on the free kick. Barklage receives, turns, lays it off to the feet of Jeremy Lynch, who's fouled once, twice, then eventually the third time. St. Louis gets the ball on a free kick.
Loose ball in the defending zone for Rio Grande Valley. Played forward by Laurie, turning and playing as Musa. Back for David. Square ball for Musa, chips it near side, looking for Mitch Lurie. And out of bounds throw in coming.
And per usual for St. Louis FC, Dan, a lot of work going through number 14, James Musa, simply because he makes himself available. Always wants the ball, distributes nicely from the central part of the field.
Mitch Lurie waiting for some guys to make some movements, sending it down to the near side sideline. And unable to keep possession there with St. Louis. Kasner keeps possession, nice move to the far side now with plenty of time and space. Kasner still with it.
Yeah, good
Steps
work.
on the ball.
Yeah, good work again by TJ Kasner. Another young player in his first 11 for the Turtles, just 21, played his intercollegiate soccer at Clemson.
St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work. 5 years in a row, Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things can happen. St. Louis threatening there, but lost possession near the 18 and sent forward by RGV. Here's Kasner at midfield. Keeps possession, playing it forward. Looking for Lovejoy, trying to spring Murphy, but reading that one nicely was Cochran. For St. Louis, turning now, Tyler David. And no foul call as RGV springing forward with space on the far side. Corner of the 18, getting the box, laying it off. Nice left foot by Tyler David to intercept that pass and wants to move it out. Here's Tyler David to the near side in space. Barklage. Barklage, the C's part, takes that open space, laying it into the middle now. Tyler David to the outside. Ooh, just couldn't get it through as looking for that ball outside. It's stolen away by Rio Grande Valley. In transition they come, left to right. Lovejoy on the far side. For Kasner. That was kind of really the best development right there for St. Louis. Just again, couldn't get that final pass, Bill.
Final pass looking at Tyler David, looking to send somebody in off that left flank on the angle, but a tap nonetheless. Kasner again continues to be very active for them, Dan.
And a shot dipping in towards goal and goes wide to the right of Mark Pace. Says, nice idea there from far out by Rio Grande Valley.
Jorginho James and Charlie Ward again very active, as is number 18 Kyle Murphy up top, just outside the tip of the penalty area. Another attempt on goal, just goes wide of the goal. Mark Pace would have had it covered nonetheless. But very smooth, methodical with their buildup. They try to find the open player, maybe isolated against 2-on-1 against that last defender.
Still looking for our first goal here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Rio Grande Valley with possession. Stolen away by St. Louis. In his own backfield now is Richard Dixon. Tyler David or Barklage. He's got 3 white jerseys around him. Nice job to play it forward. With possession now, St. Louis near midfield. And nice read by Kasner there. It intercepts the ball and can't keep it in. Far side, out of bounds. Throw in coming.
We saw Barklage pop in there, and that's what Dale Schilly wants his wide midfielders to do. Give width, obviously, pop in when you can. Don't get stuck out in the wide position where we can't find you. When you can, press, we will follow you.
St. Louis trying to stay undefeated at home.
A very difficult stretch upcoming. This game on Sunday, then a game on Wednesday against Minnesota United in the Open Cup. Then they travel next Saturday to Colorado, return the following Saturday, the 11th, against the Tulsa Roughnecks.
Kasner through midfield for RGV. Laying it off. White shirts in transition here to the near side. It's Kai Green in the middle. Nice defense there by St. Louis, and a foul called as take your pick, and it was on Mitch Lurie. The referee wants to have a conversation.
Mitch Lurie with that tackle. And the referee explaining why he called that foul. There's a ball played in on the ground, again from Kai Green. The early ball, looking to play it in. Mitch Lurie will go through. That last offensive player on that particular occasion was Charlie Ward. Will set up for the foul was number 5, Mitch Lurie. Fairly dangerous position. Just curl this into the penalty area, and anybody can run onto it and redirect it.
That's Kasner and Lovejoy over the free kick here. It's on the near side, probably about 10 yards outside the 18. Escalante with the left foot, far post, curling it in, and nothing doing there as it bounces out of bounds.
The idea was there by the visiting Toros as Escalante tried to curl it over the top of the defense, which he accomplished just a little too deep, curling away from the on-rushing left flank players.
A quick restart by St. Louis FC, and a bad pass far side as a miscommunication leads to an intercepted pass. Near the touchline far side. RGV out of bounds, throw in for St. Louis. Half hour gone here, first half no score. I am Dan Bellock alongside Bill McDermott here in Fenton, Missouri at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. 4-3-3 St. Louis FC taking on 4-2-3 Rio Grande Valley.
And Rio Grande Valley is 1-0-1 so far in that valuable South Texas derby. The last game of 4 against San Antonio is the last game of the year, the 24th of September. They just played each other last Wednesday. 0-0 tie as both goalkeepers were in tremendous form.
So we have a free kick near the touchline on that far side for St. Louis.
A.J. Cochran getting forward. James Musa likewise.
So potential danger looming here on the free kick.
Sam Fink coming up from center back as well. All three of whom are very gifted in the air.
Played into the box, far post, and taken in by Callum Irvin, the goalkeeper for RGV.
Sam Fink almost got out to the end of that. Very good goalkeeping from Callum Irving. He realizes full well this ball is going to be flatted into the penalty area by James Musa. It is his job to get on the end of it, and he does just that. Reaches above everyone, wins the aerial challenge over Fink and Cochran. Good goalkeeping by Callum Irving.
Played forward through midfield. Rob Lovejoy running onto it with space. Pushing it to the far side, and Richard Dixon recovers for St. Louis, playing it forward for Tyler David. Back for Dixon far side near the touchline. Back heels it for David, and David boots it out of danger towards the other 18, and Callum Irvin off his line. So again, picking up here in the last couple minutes for St. Louis FC, trying to build something here with their possession.
Yeah, getting used to having a different front runner up there, number 9, Jeremy Lynch.
Here's Barklage in transition, laying it off for Tyler David, back for Barklage.
Barklage again, Dan popping in off that left flank.
Ball sent in over the top, recovered by RGV. They're at the top of their 18 here.
Very calm on the ball is their team captain, Kevin Garcia.
Here midfield. RGV with possession. Near side for Kai Green, defended by Barklage. In the middle for Lovejoy. Keeping possession, trying to build something here. To the far side. Long ball over the top, deflected away. And a 50-50 ball still in the air and kicked away by Lynch. Trying to recover was Hardware for St. Louis, but it's knocked away.
Jeremy couldn't quite get that ball down on the ground for Jameel Hardware.
Cochran. St. Louis with the ball. Played forward. Lynch back to goal. Gets taken down, no foul call. Here's Kasner now for Rio Grande Valley with some space. It's some speed. Cuts it off, now laying it off to the far side. Escalante and Lovejoy are in the box. And a goal kick coming as RGV wanted a penalty as the player went down, but referee says no.
Good defending again by Richard Dixon. Kasner, again the man in charge, anywhere in and around that penalty area. Casual little ball on the ground, on the angle. Furnishing it to his left flank player, Jose Escalante, who comes into this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. Good defending in the open field by the Jamaican right back, number 2, Richard Dixon.
And Bill, RGV has had that good build-up, but it seems that final third, they just can't get that last pass on the final attacking third to really get something going.
Yeah, because they've had the opportunities to get people forward, even coming in off the flank or directly forward to a person like Kyle Murphy.
Pushed forward by St. Louis, and out of bounds. We'll have an offensive zone throw-in for St. Louis here.
Jeremy Lynch getting the start up top tonight, number 9. In that 1 forward formation, 4-2-3-1, and boy, you have to be an absolute workhorse up there. Sideline to sideline, make yourself available. Occasionally go find the game if the ball isn't coming into you.
Part of the reason why Herrera's not playing tonight, he said he played in that full 90.
But the full 90, so he is indeed, as you pointed out, he's dressed tonight as is Chad Bond, but if indeed they play, Dan, it'll probably be minimal use. Tyler David getting the call in the first 11 tonight as one of the holding midfielders in the presence of the aforementioned number 8 Chad Bond, the team captain, who is not in the first 11 tonight.
So RGV trying to work it up the field in their own backfield now. Playing pitch and catch. Garcia to the far side. We'll try that left side. Played forward. Kasner laying it back. Nice defense there by St. Louis. Just kind of blocking it off there. RGV has to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Callum Irving. To the near side now. Headed forward. Threatening here is RGV. It's Lovejoy. Going to take a man one-on-one. Fakes left. Now goes left. Shoots it with the left foot. And diving to his right. Easy save from Mark Pace.
Good running again by number 23. Rob Lovejoy at that last defender.
Fans not happy as the referee blew the whistle as Lovejoy is a little slow to get up. And he's going to need some medical attention from the trainer.
Now he went down immediately, did number 23 Rob Lovejoy. We mentioned he has 3 goals because of his running ability like this at the last defender. A.J. Cochran doing the defending. And as he struck the ball, number 23 Lovejoy seemed to land oddly. Perhaps that's the reason for the discomfort right now. These two teams tied in the Eastern Conference for 4th place. Both teams come in with 15 points. At the very end of this play, number 23 Lovejoy running at A.J. Cochran. He's going to plant. Indeed he did. And as he planted with his right foot, he really fell awkwardly trying to strike that with his left. And he was in immediate discomfort, and therein lies the problem. And he's limping terribly.
Yeah, he's slow to get up.
Perhaps his only salvation is to go to Lourdes, because I don't know if he's going to be coming back to see any action with that horrible of a limp. This is number 23, Rob Lovejoy, comes in with 23 goals. As he turns, A.J. Cochran, watch him plant with his right foot to strike it with his left. The planted foot slipped just as he struck the ball. He grimaced, and he was in immediate discomfort. And he is limping noticeably, number 23, Rob Lovejoy. I do not think he's going to be able to continue, but we shall see.
While we have this break, make sure to tune in every Friday night to the Big 550 KTRS FC Soccer Weekly, 7 to 9 p.m. Stay up to date on all things soccer with interviews from players, coaches, and executives from around the league. KTRS FC Soccer Weekly every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Yeah, he twisted his ankle severely, Dan. With 9 field players now, the Toros.
See what kind of substitution they'll want to make. St. Louis with possession in their backfield. It's Cochran. Near side for James Musa, pushing it forward across midfield. Barklage near side for St. Louis. Back for Musa. Tyler David playing it forward. Building up here for St. Louis. Tyler David unable to corral the back pass there. And RGV coming the other way. Looks like it'll be a Jose Rodriguez coming in for the injured Lovejoy. He's played 9 games this year.
Yeah, Jose Memo Rodriguez, homegrown player from the Houston Dynamo, signed that contract in 2014. Jose Memo Rodriguez played in the league last year with Charleston.
All sent forward by St. Louis at midfield. RGV intercepts. Back for St. Louis now at midfield.
Musa again available, simply because of his proximity to the center backs, but he really works to make himself available, Dan.
Cochran, long ball on top of the 18, looking for Lynch. Lynch brings it in, sent back. At the 6, it's loose. It's still loose. Some confusion there beneath the RGV defenders. And was that played? Looked like it was played back via the right foot, but referee saying an inadvertent pass, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
No foul call or no infraction there.
And number 9, Jeremy Lynch, as you can see there, holding his right hamstring, and therein lies the reason why he has not been playing. Perhaps he strained it on this particular play. Long ball played over the top, initially getting it to it as the target man. Number 9, Jeremy Lynch, battles, doesn't let the play down. He's going to receive, turn, and as deep as he is, that's how deep he knocks it back to the on-rushing Jameel Hardware, who tried to hit that first time. Almost a real nice link-up between the two Jamaicans. And at the end of the play,
deflected.
Yeah, Lynch held that right hamstring. We'll see if he's able to continue. But good work from Lynch. First of all, the travel ball, keep it inside the penalty area, turn, receive it, and then play it on the angle for Jameel Hardware.
G&W Meat, Bavarian Style Sausage Companies are proud to be the official bride of St. Louis FC, celebrating over 50 years as a ball sent in at the penalty spot and knocked away. Out of danger there. But celebrating over 50 years as a family-owned St. Louis tradition, you can't beat G&W Meat.
Jeremy Lynch trying to run on that ball from Jameel Hardware. Good attacking by St. Louis FC as Hardware comes in off the left flank. The early ball played in behind people to Jameel Hardware, lays it off sideways, looking for his number 9. At the very end of the play, coming across to defend is George Malky.
That was the best chance of the first half for St. Louis.
For sure. Good early ball from Tyler David from that holding position behind 2 people. Beat 2 defenders with the ball on the angle on the ground behind them. Hardware received, laid it off for Lynch. Jamaicans tried to combine, almost did there for St. Louis FC.
Near side, Barklage laying it back for Lurie. A little short, long.
That's a good ball from the backfield by Mitch Lurie.
Hardware sending it far side. Onto it now. St. Louis sent across the 6. It's free. And cleared away by RGV. Barklage will come over and take the throw in.
That's a good ball out of the backfield from the left back position all the way to the right wing corner flag arc almost. And then an equally nice ball across the goal mouth early from Shiloh Chuma.
So it'll be James Musa to throw it in here, near side.
It's a comfortable position for him. This will be a long throw into the penalty area from Musa.
Sent in. Trying to flick it on, but RGV gets to it first, and out of bounds, corner kick.
First corner of the match for St. Louis FC, only justifiable as they have been mounting some pressure by the offensive work. Here's a beautiful ball from Jameel Hardware, receives it at the halfway line, receives, turns, clips over the top of every defender. Shiloh Chuma gets onto it, hits it across the goal mouth, curls it across the goal mouth. Simply no one there.
Barklage on the corner, sending it in, short ball, the near post headed away by RGV. Not completely out of danger though, as Mitch Lurie tracks it down, sent back in, cleared away. Rory gets a head on it, recovered by RGV, loose, and stolen away by Hardware. It's taken down. Foul call.
Hardware, again, because of his ability on the ball, will win fouls simply because he protects it so nicely.
St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work. 5 years in a row, Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things can happen. Free kick coming here with 43 minutes gone, approaching 44 gone. For St. Louis, ball sent in and near side post, brought in by Callum Irvin. No pressure there.
A little too direct that time from James Musa. Tried to hit that over the top of the defense, which he indeed accomplished, but a little too direct.
And Bill, we've really seen the best in the last 5 minutes or so, the best action from St. Louis.
No question. Due in large part to Jameel Hardware and Tyler David really getting involved, playing early balls. Minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time, being shown by the fourth official, Eric Wood.
At midfield, RGV intercepting a pass and a foul called. Well, we have this other minute here. Walter Noel Flores, their personal floor since 1983, family owned and operated and proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS. Order online today at WKF.com. RGV threatening here, building up, sent in, top of the 6 and through, and Barklage will have to track it down near side. Another good opportunity from RGV.
Dangerous ball curled in from the left flank, in behind the defenders.
Jeremy Lynch trying to run onto one near side, and RGV gets to it first. Laying it back for Callum Irving.
Need more time in your business?
Near side, RGV. Trying to play it up the field. Charlie Ward laying it back. And turning is Jose Rodriguez. Substituted in here recently. Ball skips through the St. Louis defense and recovered nicely by Richard Dixon. And now stolen away by RGV. Threatening here, shot with the left foot is blocked. And still in danger on that far side for RGV. And an errant mistouch there. Goes out of bounds and ends that threat as well as a throw-in coming for St. Louis.
Somehow and in some way, that ball eluded Richard Dixon on the initial touch. But then, as always, number 3, Sam Fink, the stalwart defender, slides across from center back to make the tackle. Ball bounced oddly in behind Richard Dixon. Running onto it is Escalante. Dixon had it again. Then Castner runs onto it. Plays Escalante again. Looks up, dribbles, and diving with the tackles, number 3, Sam Fink.
Foul called far side, so a late free kick will come in here in a dangerous area as this ball can easily be played into the box here for RGV. Looks like Kasner over the ball far side.
This is exactly where Real Madrid in the Champions League final scored their free kick yesterday on a beautifully designed play where Cruz clipped it into Gareth Bale. He flicked it into the penalty area, and Sergio Ramos ran onto it.
And Bill, you know as well as anybody, the set pieces can really be the difference in any game.
Every team in the league can get back into a game or take the lead in the league on plays like this.
Into the box, Kasner, and headed away nicely as St. Louis got on the other end of that ball. At midfield for RGV, played forward. Kai Green near side for Rodriguez. Sent in at the 6, it's loose. Brought down by RGV, played to the far side and cleared away and out of danger for St. Louis. The far side Kasner will have a throw in.
Good tackle from Richard Dixon, a nicely flighted ball whistled in by number 7, Rodriguez.
And a player for RGV goes down, and they're not happy as St. Louis players felt like there was quite the dive. I didn't quite see it. I just saw the end effect of the RGV player rolling around. See what happened here was what kind of touch we had on this player.
Richard Dixon doing the defending. Goes over to confront number 11, Escalante.
And Escalante grabs the face, and he did not even get touched in the face.
And you know what? I have a remedy for that particular play. I have a remedy for that.
What
as FIFA officials always ask. After the officials look at the tape of the game, number 11, Escalante, begins the next game with a yellow card.
Wow.
That, above all things, brings the game, not just at this level, but in every level around the world. Pepe was horrible yesterday in the Champions League final with plays just like this. It's absolutely horrible. terrible disrespect for the game. And he should begin the next game. You have to do something to stamp this out of the sport. It happens at this level, it happens at the World Cup level, and it's even worse at the World Cup level when you have 26 cameras covering a game.
Yes. And still some jawing going back and forth on the field as referees trying to settle it down. Tensions are high here. Let me tell you about G&W Meat, Bavarian Style Sausage Company. It is a proud sponsor and official brand of St. Louis FC, celebrating over 50 years of the family-owned St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. So it's restarted via the throw-in for RGV, sent into the corner and taken down, and we'll do some more jawing as a slide tackle from behind was called. And at this point,
so Dixon receives the yellow. Escalante, the talented Honduran, who is talented and has been talented with his play until the last 2 minutes of the first half.
So that'll do it for the end of the first half, 0-0. Tensions running high, should make for some interesting theater in the second half, as we'll have some stats coming your way. But again, the tensions running real high here toward the end. You wonder if it carries over, Bill.
Well, we'll see. The first half so far, too bad for St. Louis FC that it's ending now, because they started to get back into the game, offensively at least, had some decent opportunities in the waning stages of that first half.
Hey, make sure you tune in every Friday night to the Big 550 KTRS FC Soccer Weekly, 7 to 9 p.m. You can stay up to date on all things soccer with interviews for players, coaches, and executives from around the league. KTRS FC Soccer Weekly every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Well, after one half of play, after 45 minutes and change in play, we have a 0-0 game here between St. Louis FC and Rio Grande Valley FC. Both teams looking for points here tonight.
Dale Shilley talking over with the refereeing crew as he exits the field for the first half.
And we'll be back for a second half momentarily here on the Big 550 KTRS.
$888 pounds of grain, 200 gallons of water, 1,600 grams, 18 barrels, boil in there for an hour and a half. It's about 5 minutes per barrel. We measure the pH, we measure the amount of sugar produced. It's for my pH reading. I have to record everything. I'm Dave Johnson, brewmaster, Kirkwood Station Brewing Company.
I'm just going to add a little bit of phosphoric acid to our hot liquor tank. What it's going to do is it's going to help bring the pH level down on the sparge. This is the phosphoric acid that we use, about 100 mils of it. I'm Brian Ilg. I'm the assistant brewmaster of Kirkwood Station Brewing.
We've always brewed since day one. I let Dave and Brian be as creative as possible. They can try new things however many times they want to do it, find their best match, and that's what they do. We were just very excited that they approached us and said, hey, we really like your beer. Would you consider making us a beer? And I thought, are you kidding me? This is going to be great.
First met with St. Louis Football Club. We decided we wanted to make it something that's very craft worthy for the summertime, very drinkable, something you can enjoy more than one of. We made 2 different recipes and put it to a vote. The one we're brewing today is the final winner.
Very easily drinkable. We didn't want to go too heavy or too light. We just wanted something that was very refreshing, that you could enjoy on a hot day or even a fall day.
Very simple grain bill with a nice, beautiful hop that we use the Citra hops that it's dry hopped with. So it's something you can have in the sun and you can, enjoy it and still get flavor beer. is our grain room. This is how it all actually starts. So we're gonna be milling in right now. Just gonna pour it in to the mill, grinding up all the grain. And this is gonna break it all down, gonna help make the sugar water. There's all sorts of different types. Like this is a honey grain. It's a really sweet, caramely grain. And this is all edible too, so.
This next step is called mashing in. We're going to take all this crushed grain, put it into the mash tun here with hot water. Make sure my water temperature is correct. Shooting for 150 degrees on this. At a certain temperature range, malted barley will go through a conversion, which converts the starches into sugar. And then we're going to treat the water and start with the next batch. Now we're doing what's called a mash out. We're heating the mash up to about 170 degrees. And right now it's spinning around, getting hot. And I'm getting the water tun over here ready to accept the mash. Where we separate the grain from the water, we're going to recirculate what's now called wort, which is unfermented beer. And what that's going to do is going to clear it up. It's going to make it nice and clear because the grain acts like a filter. So if this is 175 degree water, when my mash it reaches my temperature, I'm going to pump it over into here. We're going to separate that from the grain. Going full blast. This is the sweet liquid that turns into beer. It's going to come out of the lauter tun, into the pump, and then out to the kettle. And after it's done boiling, it will get chilled. So it'll go from boiling down to 65 degrees as it's getting pumped. We're going to pull a sample of the finished beer out of here. Check the clarity, carbonation. Smells great. Tastes wonderful. We're just going to take it out of this tank, move it over into the bright tank there so we know exactly how much we have, and we're going to can it up. They're coming off the pallet, going through the twist rinser, and it gets laser coated on the bottom, flushed with CO2, gets filled, the lid drops on it, we weigh them, put the carriers on them, and ship them out. There's one of the first cans off the line right here. It was a little bit low, so I had to do something with it. Can't let it go to waste.
Well, I'm glad to have you here in St. Louis. I want to show you the boat. Follow me inside the pilot house. We can take a look at the pilot house.
All right.
Things run.
Let's do it. This is awesome.
We have our helm, which we steer the boat with, throttles to control the speed. All the gauges here will tell you exactly what's going on with the engine. If you get any problems, you can call the Coast Guard. Don't really want to use that too much.
Right.
Well, that would be me, because I'm always getting in, you know, I'm always getting lost.
Yeah.
So excited to be here at the Gateway Arch, America's tallest man-made monument and the ultimate symbol of St. Louis.
Did you guys know that the Gateway Arch was designed by architect Eero Saarinen, and it's 630 feet wide by 630 feet tall?
That's definitely not something you find in every state.
Pretty awesome. All 17,246 tons and 630 feet of it.
It celebrated its 50th anniversary of its completion last year, and this year all of America's 411 national parks and historic sites are celebrating the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service.
Every single fourth grader and their families have free access to all of America's national parks and public lands. All you have to do is sign up at everykidinapark.gov and get your pass today. It's pretty simple.
I'm excited to take a tram ride to the top of the arch today.
I can't wait either. We're going up, baby. See you at the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your arms, legs, blankets as the doors are it's a tight squeeze in here.
We'd like to take the steps one time just to say we did it.
Looking up there, yeah, my legs would be bumped.
Thanks.
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the top of the Gateway Arch. It's the centerpiece of the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial. It's a monument to mark the spot where the West began after the Louisiana Purchase by Thomas Jefferson.
They put cranes on top of this?
They attached the cranes to tracks on the outside of each leg of the arch. And so as the arch got higher, they could attach more tracks.
It's awesome.
To Fenton, Missouri with Worldwide Technology Soccer Park at half. It's 0-0 between St. Louis FC and Rio Grande Valley. Welcome back. I am Dan Betlock alongside Bill McDermott. And Bill, a lot of build up there towards the end for St. Louis. Kind of the best action of play we saw in the last 10 minutes. You definitely want to see that carry over early in the second half.
Positively, Dan, because so many more people got involved in the flow of the offense. And it's always troublesome for defenders when you have to chase balls that are played behind you, over your shoulder, behind you on an angle. 2 and 3 people getting involved in the offense, and that's what made St. Louis FC much more dangerous at the latter stages of that first half. Many more people involved in the offense.
Yeah, it was kind of not a lot of action in that first half. What we did saw came in form of RGV with action, but again, that last 10 minutes or so, we saw a lot of at-goal opportunities for St. Louis.
On plays like this where Jameel Hardware receives, turns, sends the ball over the top of the defense to the right midfielder, Shiloh Shuma. Now, in the later stages of the first half, Escalante gets a dangerous ball over into the penalty area looking for Lovejoy. A lot of things happening inside the penalty area. Ball bounces once, twice, 3 times. You never want that to happen. Eventually cleared by Mitch Lurie-Kasner, who was dangerous throughout the entire first half. Lays the ball off. It's knocked back to him. He leaves it run for number 8, Charlie Ward, who eventually lets it go for number 6, Jorginho James. He gets a shot just wide of the opposite post, dissatisfied with himself, but he had a very good first half. Number 6, Jorginho James, who was involved in absolutely everything for Rio Grande Valley for the visiting Toros. Again, this is James from a distance, just outside the tip of the penalty area arc. James Musa was going to defend in behind Sam Fink and A.J. Cochran. Now, a dangerous ball flighted in from James Musa to the opposite post looking for Sam Fink and A.J. Cochran, but good goalkeeping by number 30, Callum Irving, snuffed out early. Here's Rob Lovejoy at later stages of the first half, the only injury of the first half in a fairly physical game as he turned, received, and planted with that right foot. It gave out of him, turned awkwardly, did that right ankle. He limped off very severely. He will not appear again tonight. Now here's Jeremy Lynch inserted into that first 11 tonight. Nice ball deep, back on the angle, looked for Jameel Hardware. The 2 Jamaicans almost combined there. But first of all, good work by Lynch to dig that ball out and knock it across the goal mouth. This is an ugly incident in the very late stages of the first half. Number 2, Richard Dixon, approaches Escalante, falls, grabs his face, and he's attended to by number 3, Sam Fink, and number 4, A.J. Cochran. But this marred an otherwise good first half of excellent soccer between these 2 clubs. Now, there was a physical battle between Dixon and Escalante, but at the end of it, Escalante escalates it by this nonsense. Grabs his face, as I pointed out at the time, very similar to what Pepe did in the Champions League final yesterday. This is ugly. It's abusive to the game. It shows disrespect for the game. And as a matter of fact, it's totally embarrassing for a professional.
Escalante escalated. Look at you. Mr. Soccer. Loving it. So as we wait here for the second half, the teams will obviously switch sides. RGV will go right to left on your dial if you're listening to us on the Big 550. St. Louis left to right. And we're going to have a substitution. It's like Mike Ambersley will come in. And he will replace Shiloh Chuma.
And Dale Shilley told me prior to the game starting that he was going to attempt to do this to give Mike Ambersley at least 45 and give number 19, Irvin Herrera, at least 45. So Herrera will come on for number 9, Jeremy Lynch. He wears number 19, Irvin Herrera. And number 50, Mike Ambersley comes in, Dan.
And tactically there with those switches, does that change anything for St. Louis?
You'll see Ambersley, who's a bit more fit than Shiloh Chuma. Not 100% fit yet, Shiloh Chuma, but did some good running. I think his hamstring held up okay as we look at Jameel Hardway alongside of Irvin Herrera, who combined very nicely on Wednesday night against Vancouver. And speaking of Vancouver, Dan Betlock, they get yet another point tonight. They still have not lost a game. They're 6-0-4, 22 points, leading the Western Conference.
So St. Louis brings on its assist leader in Ambersley and its goal leader in Herrera, trying to kind of turn the tide here and make things more in their favor here in the second half.
So Herrera comes into this game. As you saw, Dan Betlock had an excellent performance at the Tulsa Roughnecks on a Saturday night, May 21st game with 4 goals in that particular game, and he was on farm that particular night.
Bill was watching him warm up as he knew he was coming into the second half here. I was watching him warm up, just having guys play balls into him at the top of the 18 and just touching it once, turning and shooting. I swear he made about 90% of his shots in the back of the net.
He is the definition of a goal scorer. Somehow, some way, any ball in the penalty area, A, he gets onto it. B, he knows where to run to get onto it. He will come back and find the game, make himself available because he's a good passer of the ball as well.
So both teams who tied last game looking for a victory here tonight at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Ball is at midfield, headed forward. Brought down to the feet of Kasner for RGV. He goes down, stolen away by Musa. Musa in the kickoff circle. Square ball to the far side. Barklage. St. Louis FC trying to hold possession. Didn't really possess the ball very well in that first half. We'll see if that changes here in the second half.
Yeah, they really did, especially at the outset of the game, Dan Betlock,
Yeah.
but in the waning stages of that first half, saw much more of the ball offensively.
At midfield, Musa for St. Louis. Forward, Hardware turning with some space. Defenders back off with a long-range shot. And brought in nicely by Callum for RGV.
Jameel Hardware looking for his second goal in as many games, shooting from outside from a goodly distance, making the goalkeeper Callum Irving play. Mike Ambersley was making that run on the right flank. Ambersley and Irvin Herrera, the changes at halftime.
St. Louis corralling it in on the far side, playing it forward. Knocked away by RGV, and a foul call is going to go against St. Louis and Barklage. Barklage didn't like the call, and quite frankly, I don't like the call.
Brandon Barklage battling with number 2, Kyle Garcia.
Quick restart. Kasner laying it off. Played forward.
You have to see if Kasner, Dan, will be as active as he was in that first half, supplying a lot of interesting balls in and around the penalty area for the offense of the visiting Toros.
Kai Green in his 10th game, playing it forward. Now to the near side, played down the line, recovered by St. Louis. That's Sam Fink playing it back for goalkeeper Pace. Kai Green wins the 50-50 ball, headed forward and back towards Pace. Quick restart via the throw to the far side.
Jorginho James and Charlie Ward continue to be very active in the central part of the field for the visiting Toros.
Barklage gets taken down on a hard tackle out of bounds on that far side. Throw in for St. Louis.
Brandon Barklage battling with number 15, Kai Green.
St. Louis with the ball midfield, near side. Fink playing it forward. Looking for Hardware, now to the near side. St. Louis building it up here. It's Dixon, sent into the box. Laid off. Spinning is Hardware at the top of the 18. Shot by Barklage. Blocked and deflected to the near post. Tyler David trying to follow it up, but Callum Irvin with the save.
Good work by St. Louis FC again on the attack to find the overlapping player, number 2, Richard Dixon. Tried to lay it across the goal mouth. He found Mike Ambersley, the second half addition. Jameel Hardware receives, turns, lets the ball run, lays it off sideways, a direct square ball for Brandon Barklage. Tried to side foot it into the opposite side netting. Deflects and preventing the corner kick was the goalkeeper, Callum Irving.
Boy, a different team here to start the second half, Bill, is the St. Louis FC. Is really controlling the play so far early on here. A lot different from the first half.
Because at the very outset of the game, Dan, the visiting Toros had the majority of possession.
Ambersley forward, turning, facing goal. Hardware cuts in, inside the box, still has it, slips. Now it's Ambersley, top of the 18, laying it on with onsides. It's Dixon, back for Ambersley, far post cross, loose, headed up and out. Will it be a corner kick? It will. Well, first corner kick coming for St. Louis.
Good work between Richard Dixon, Jameel Hardware, and Mike Ambersley. Ambersley, the last ball sent over by him from that right flank position. He came on at halftime. Did number 15, Mike Ambersley. Told me prior to the game he tried to talk to Coach Dale Schilly into letting him play. He said, I'm ready to play tonight and Wednesday.
Ambersley will take the corner, raises the hand. Ball sent in. Top of the 18. Thigh down by St. Louis. RGV recovering, and they'll want to spring out in transition. Hard tackle in midfield, and all ball there. It's a great tackle by Richard Dixon. Nice and clean, but very hard.
In the open field against Kyle Murphy, number 2, Richard Dixon. A little unorthodox with the tackling this time. The right back tackling with the outside of his left foot. Against number 18, Kyle Murphy. That was Richard Dixon.
Restarted via the throw by George Malky. Here's Kasner, surrounded by St. Louis defenders. Laying it in space, far side. All sent in at the 18. And Murphy was unable to bring it in for RGV. Hammersley touching it forward. He'll get it back to the near side. So leaving it now for Dixon, back for Ambersley. Out of danger here and out of bounds near midfield. Here comes RGV. Rodriguez into the box, trying to get around his man. I think that's Fink recovery there on the defense. Fink defending it nicely. Here's Ambersley.
Oh, that's wonderful work by Sam Fink to get the ball out of the backfield.
Trying to spring Herrera on a long ball. Crowning it in. Surrounded by a couple of white jerseys. Herrera back to goal. Laying it far side. Barklage trying to gain the 18. Gets inside the box. Now it's poked away. He recovers though. Barklage far side. Back heel pass. And knocked out of bounds. A deep throw in coming for St. Louis.
Good work by Sam Fink in the backfield to defend, open field tackle, clips it out cleanly, doesn't foul. Good running coming out of the backfield from number 7, Memo Rodriguez. Nice tackle from Sam Fink. His job as a center back with his back to play. Makes the turn, dribbles out, finds somebody on the ground coming out of his own backfield.
Bartlett sends it in, header towards goal by Ambersley. And out of bounds over the goal post, over the crossbar I should say, and goal kick coming. We'll have a substitution for RGV. Looks like number 24, Bradley Bourgeois entering the game. This will be his his 5th game played.
He was signed as a homegrown player by the Houston Dynamo.
Kai Green will have a seat.
So he played his intercollegiate soccer. Bourgeois did at University of Tulsa, where the St. Louis goalkeeper Mark Pace did. After playing formerly at St. Louis University, finished at University of Tulsa. As I mentioned, this team, the visiting Toros, they're partnered with the Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer, as St. Louis FC is partnered with the Chicago Fire.
So Bradley Bourgeois into the game. All I had this second, tell you about Walter No Florist, your personal florist since 1983, family owned and operated and proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS. Order online today at WKF.com. So Callum Irving restarts it via the goal kick. Push towards midfield. Turning it is Rodriguez. Playing the ball with his right foot far side, and Mark Pace off of his line. Top of the box takes that one in. 53 minutes gone in this game. Second half here, 0-0. It's a different St. Louis FC team in the second half. More opportunities in the last 4 minutes here in the second half than they've really had all first half. Near side, Hardware. Inside for Tyler David. Switching fields. Trying to find Barklage. And headed out of bounds on that far side. Throw in coming.
Yeah, Dale Schilly as late as Friday because for so many games in such a short period of time, Dan, he was not sure who the first 11 was going to be, but his team really wants to win this game, obviously, and Wednesday to get Kansas City of MLS here for an MLS game.
Into space, Dixon crossed, and Callum off of his line takes it in. He goes down as he collided with one of his fellow defenders.
I should say, Dan, to get an MLS game here against the USL team, Kansas City would have to travel if St. Louis would be victorious against Minnesota. Good work attacking again from St. Louis FC. The ball's on an angle to the overlapping back. Dixon this time gets it over with a first touch, looking to the opposite post. A little too close to the goalkeeper, Callum Irving.
And just like that, we go to the other end of the field. As Kyle Murphy was running onto a ball, but cleared out by St. Louis. It'll be a throw in right by RGV's bench. George Malky throwing it in. St. Louis gets it back, gets possession. They're in their box here, dangerous, and they'll clear it out. via the left foot of Sam Fink towards midfield. Herrera fighting to get to it, can't get to it though. Played back by RGV to their goalkeeper. Pressured by Jameel Hardware and cleared away at midfield.
That's good work on the ball from number 8, Charlie Ward. Received it, kept it nicely in the central part of the field. Very calm on the ball is number 8, Charlie Ward.
RGV, possession, Rodriguez. Charlie Ward. To the far side now, 56 minutes gone. Second half, 0-0. I'm Dan Betlock alongside Bill McDermott here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park in Fenton, Missouri. It's the 6th home game for St. Louis. They're undefeated at home. Coming off a 1-1 draw against the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2.
Who continues to dominate that Western Conference, Dan. 22 points. Tied another game today against the Royal Monarchs.
Rio Grande Valley with possession through midfield to the outside. Keeping it in nicely. Threatening here, building something. RGV. Still with possession. Corner of the 18. Into the box. Knocked away. Good defense there by Barklage, and he'll clear it away out of danger. RGV with possession, trying to build it right back in. To the far side. Here's Ward turning. Defended there.
Yeah, good work by the Toros there in a very tight situation to play from congestion to space.
And now we are near side. Quick one-touch pass. Rodriguez sends it in. Back post. Headed away and out of danger. And a corner kick coming for RGV.
Mitch Lurie getting that start at left back tonight. Parker Marr with some valuable time off. Marr plays pretty much 90 minutes of every game. This can be dangerous, whistling in towards the goal mouth.
They'll play a short ball.
Yeah.
Sent in now. Tyler David heads it away for St. Louis, and Barklage just punts it out of danger. Herrera tracking back, can't corral it in. RGV still threatening here to the far side now. Sent in. Tyler David for St. Louis on the other end of that service. Charlie Ward bringing it down. RGV in the white shirt sending it in. Back post, and a volley towards the net was offsides.
Offside whistled up against number 11, Jose Escalante. Nice ball flighted into him by Charlie Ward over the top of the defense.
Raffle ticket winner. So get out your tickets.
You see Charlie Ward again operating. Played for youth teams at Aston Villa as well as Stoke City. Nicely flighted ball to the opposite post. Looking for Jose Escalante. Hits it just wide of that near post. Nicely flighted nonetheless for number 8, Charlie Ward.
2-4.
And Mark Pace starts it via the goal kick, looking for the head of Tyler David. Can't flick it on. It's loose. Brought down by RGV to the near side. And played forward by St. Louis. You can see tactically here, Bill, in the second half, playing with a little bit more pace, a little bit more speed for St. Louis in the second half.
These last 2 or 3 minutes, you got to be a little more certain with the ball.
Out of bounds, far side, throw in.
Played to the feet of the overlapping players, not so much into space all the time.
Can St. Louis be dangerous here on the throw in the offensive zone?
You want your wide back stand to get involved in the flow of the play as much as possible. Their job is to overlap, get involved.
59 minutes gone here, second half. Throw in far side for St. Louis. Looking for the head of Tyler David off of a white shirt, and we'll have a corner kick here. So even more dangerous here for St. Louis.
Now David making that last defender play was Bourgeois, who just came in moments ago for Kai Green. Probably going to be a change here pretty soon for Brandon Barklage. Dale Shilley told me prior to the game he'd like to give him between 45 and 60 minutes. That magical 60-minute mark, Dan, where so many coaches love to make changes.
Sent into the far post. Sam Fink keeps it in and still in on the goal line there. Volleyed back post by St. Louis. RGV gets to it first and clears it out of danger. So you're saying Barklage is a 60-minute man, like the old song.
Yes, exactly right. But usually he's a 90-minute man. But after playing so much, playing the full 90 against Vancouver on Wednesday night, as did so many of these players, that is indeed the scenario as Brandon Barklage is going to come off. And Jordan Roberts, who lately, not just in training, but in particular in games when he's featured, Dale Shuley said, I want to give Jordan Roberts more time. So he'll come in off that left flank, will number 23, Jordan Roberts, and he will shoot the ball from anywhere.
This will be Jordan Roberts' third game action here as Barklage takes a seat. First substitution of the match for St. Louis. Excuse me, third substitution of the match. Kasner lost the handle of it. And getting his first touch is Jordan Roberts. Far side, gets it stolen away.
That was a good attempt by the visiting Toros. That early ball in behind the defense on the ground. Easy for a player like Murphy to run onto that.
Sent forward, looking for Hardware. Hardware gets bumped off at the top of the goal box, and RGV wants to come the other way with some speed. Far side, through midfield, attacking. RGV. Nice back heel pass. Here's Kasner. Kasner distributes near side, corner of the 18. All sent in, back post. Coming off his line. Nice read by Mark Pace. Diving to bring that one in.
That's good work by the goalkeeper, Mark Pace. A difficult ball sent over by Escalante. Difficult in that it's hard to read. It's curling away from the goalkeeper. Kasner again looks up, starts it. This is a nice ball on the ground on the angle. Receiving is number 11, Jose Escalante. Clips this in away from the defenders, and Mark Pace comes off his line very quickly, as you mentioned, Dan, to read it.
St. Louis FC. Hardware. Handing it off for Ambersley, back for Hardware. Sending it across and looking for that backdoor pass as Herrera was right there, but a nice diving stop by Callum Irvin.
Good ball on the ground from Ambersley to Hardware in a tight space. You're going to get an excellent view of it. The play is coming right at you on the ground. If Jameel Hardware clips it across the goal mouth on the ground, it's 1-0 because your leading goal scorer is right there, Irvin Herrera.
In their own defensive zone, St. Louis looking for Ambersley, but can't flick it on. Kept in and now out of bounds. Throw in coming for St. Louis. Flicked on by Ambersley into the defensive zone for RGV, and they'll clear it out towards midfield. Musa.
That's good awareness by Musa. He knew he couldn't turn. Play it to the center back, play through there.
Our side, they'll switch fields. Jordan Roberts gets bumped off the ball, but throw in coming. St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC and Soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 5 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things can happen. Game restarted via the throw-in far side, brought down by RGV, and out of bounds again. Referee now sees his assistant's flag up. So we'll have another throw-in coming with 64 minutes gone. 0-0.
Mitch Lurie, who got that start at left back tonight.
Played back all the way to goalkeeper Mark Pace. One touching it forward. And right back for Pace as RGV was threatening there. Good play by Musa. Felt the pressure from behind. Pace playing it forward, looking for the head of Herrera. Instead, RGV gets to it first. Now they're at midfield. Right to left come RGV. Tyler David defending for St. Louis. Play to the backfield.
Good work by the Toros to change that.
I'll tell you, one guy does not look out of place tonight getting his first start. Tyler David out there.
Very comfortable in the
stopper.
central part of the field. Played center back, as we mentioned, he's a rookie, played center back for St. Louis University, but he seems much more at home as a holding midfielder.
He's always playing that defensive stopper role for St. Louis, kind of that right before, last line of defense before the defense.
Yeah, and those holding midfielders, they've got to do so many things in the contemporary game. Be safe in the back half of the field, balance the field, force it wide, don't let them in, join the attack when you can.
St. Louis playing it all the way back for goalkeeper Mark Pace. Still no score here, 0-0. Somebody trying to break through here. Out of bounds, far side, throw in coming. RGV has scored 8 second half goals on the year. Both teams coming off ties, trying to get points here. Both teams with 15 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, Wednesday night was a battle of the goalkeepers between Rio Grande and San Antonio in that South Texas derby, 0-0 there. They play each other again this coming Saturday. St. Louis FC will travel to play the Colorado Switchbacks.
We have another substitution here for RGV. Trying to read the number. I think it's 26.
26, yeah. Zach Steinberger. He comes on, Dan.
So, Steinberger.
There's these upcoming home games we were just talking about. That's an Open Cup game against a very difficult NASL side, Minnesota United. St. Louis FC beat them last year in penalty kicks to advance to play against Sporting Kansas City in that MLS town. That's a Tulsa Roughnecks, the 11th, 25th against Portland, then Seattle on Wednesday, closing out the month of June.
Ambersley nicely forward and offsides. Near side was Dixon as St. Louis is building it up there.
Richard Dixon tonight in the other team's penalty area as often as his own, as the attacking back is supposed to be. Jameel Hardware starting to play again after it's furnished to him yet again from number 15, Mike Ambersley. Up, back, through, even though it's in the air, and Richard Dixon offside when he received that ball. Good attempt nonetheless.
A good build up there from St. Louis. Out of bounds near side off of Kasner. Throw in coming.
Yeah, one of the few balls tonight that TJ Kasner could not get on the end of.
Another throw in coming, knocked out of bounds. St. Louis playing a little bit more confidence here in the second half. Connecting passes, getting a lot more chances here. Here comes RGV with speed through the midfield. In transition to that right side. Pulling out now. Here's Charlie Ward. Ward surrounded by some navy blue shirts. Laying it off at the near side. Here's Kasner near the touchline. Played in and knocked away. St. Louis recovers. Here's Musa. Gets it stolen away though by Kasner. Kasner pulling it back and stolen away again by St. Louis. Kasner wanted a foul there. Not sure what he was looking for. That ball was stolen away cleanly. Is good back checking, if you will, by Jameel Hardware. Ball played in, he's loose. One touch, and it's a goal. RGV on the board. A nice through ball. He's on sides, and just like that, a 1-0 lead for the opposition.
Beautiful work by the visiting Toros. That's Jose Escalante, who slides it in behind Mark Pace. Good ball on the ground. Started again by number 8, Charlie Ward. Mike Ambersley made the attempted diving tackle and heads up looking directly at the goal as Memo Rodriguez splits the entire defense. That ball's on the ground. It's behind the defense. It makes them play awkwardly, and that is beautiful finish from Escalante, but an absolutely fabulous ball to Escalante from Memo Rodriguez. That's a beautiful goal from the visiting Toros.
And just like that, another substitution. Tyler David off, Chad Bond on. So after the goal from RGV, Jose Escalante gets his second goal of the year in his 9th game played, and it's a 1-0 lead for RGV. Ambersley trying to get one back here, playing it for Herrera. Top of the corner of the 18, the far side, knocked away, recovered by Rio Grande Valley.
So St. Louis again, Dan, forced to chase the game. They were down 1-0 against Vancouver last Wednesday. Equalized there.
So 70 minutes gone, a 1-0 lead for the Toros. All at midfield. Unable to bring it in was A.J. Cochran. Here comes Kasner for the Toros in transition. Another long ball sent through for Escalante. And Mark Pace brings that one into his stomach and restarts it via the nice roll and kicked forward by St. Louis. Hardware laying it back for his defender. St. Louis with possession here. They'll try and get one back. RGV getting the goal from Escalante. 1-0 lead here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
Dan, off that beautiful ball from Memo Rodriguez that was on the ground. It split the defenders. It was in between Fink and Rodriguez. It was early. It was on the ground. And Escalante held his run very nicely. Ball almost clipped off of Steinberger's feet, but it falls directly to Rodriguez. Look at the run from Escalante off the shoulder of that last defender. The ball's played to him into his path. He makes the run onto the ball. Beautiful ball furnished to him by Rodriguez.
Looking again for Escalante on the long ball. Defended nicely, though, by St. Louis this time. And to the far side, Laurie playing it out of danger and out of bounds. But you can really see they're trying to spring Jose Escalante on those deep balls, playing with a lot of pace up top.
And when you get a player like Rodriguez, who's so calm and comfortable, very composed, the central part of the field, when he's the last person to lay it off, number 7 battling number 5, Mitch Lurie there on the right flank now. Memo Rodriguez put a beautiful ball on the ground for Escalante. Very nicely done. Good finishing by the visiting Toros.
Parker Marr will check into the game. Next available chance for St. Louis. Hard tackle near midfield. No, it's not Kasner. I believe that is.
Yeah, that's Zach Steinberger.
Steinberger a little slow to get up. Throw in coming for the Toros. Kasner now to the near side. With some space. Takes his man one-on-one. Now it's one-on-two. Hammersley defending. Kasner to the corner flag. Laying it back. Looking for options. Building up here are the Toros. Turning. And the ball sent in and over the crossbar behind the goal. Goal kick coming for St. Louis as Parker Marr will now check in.
Parker Marr will enter the match for Jameel Hardware, who's for all intents and purposes run himself out of this game, involved in absolutely everything as number 7 Hardware, who's played well tonight offensively, as he did last Wednesday night against Vancouver. Jameel Hardware with another excellent representation for St. Louis FC in a home game.
Make sure you tune in every Friday night to the Big 550 KTRS FC Soccer Weekly from 7 to 9 p.m. Stay up to date on all things soccer with interviews from players, coaches, and executives from around the league. KTRS FC Soccer Weekly every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. St. Louis with possession in their own backfield. It's Sam Fink. We'll try and work it up and build something here as they trail 1-0. Parker Marr first touches, trying to lay it forward. Stolen away by the Toros. Mike Ambersley pressuring and cleared out of danger. Recovered by St. Louis to the near side. Sent in looking for Ambersley again, knocked away by the Toros. A hard tackle won by James Musa. Sending the ball to the far side corner. Herrera. Nice shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, and he wins it there. Herrera trying to gain the box, gets taken down, or does not get taken down, but the ball gets pushed out of play, and we'll have a corner kick coming.
Somehow, some way, Irvin Herrera kept that ball at the opposite wing corner flag. Look at this battle with Bourgeois. Shoulder to shoulder, you called it, Dan. A little more from number 19, Irvin Herrera, but the El Salvadorian keeps it. He was going to get the ball over, then cut it.
Musa head ball towards the net and goes wide to the left. And nothing doing there in the corner kick from St. Louis.
James Musa again involved in everything for St. Louis FC. Defensively, anywhere in and around that center circle, keeps the ball moving, circulates it. He's built for that defensive midfielder spot. A holding role, he cuts balls out, he measures the ball quickly, makes good decisions.
Charlie Ward brings it down for the Toros. Forward for Kasner, trying to gain some speed here. Jordan Roberts defending for St. Louis. Kasner recovers. Kasner again with the ball. Splits 2 defenders. Kasner still with it. Laying it forward. Stolen away on the errant pass there. A miscue from the Toros. St. Louis trying to break out in transition. Here's Musa near side. On the overlap, Jordan Roberts. Musa cuts into the middle. Play to the far side, running onto it. St. Louis tracking it down there. Ball sent across, back post. Jordan Roberts is there. Knocked away though. Roberts is going to track it down. Roberts with the nice scissors, laying it for Dixon. Dixon, and a shot by Herrera off the post and in! What a strike from Irvin Herrera! My goodness! Just turns, rips it far post, curls in, upper 90, and that's a tie game. 1-1. St. Louis ties it up. My goodness, what a strike.
Stop the balloting for goal of the week. Stop the balloting right now. A magnificent goal from Irvin Herrera, who curls this ball into the opposite side netting. Wonderful work by St. Louis FC. The newly added Parker Marr sends it all the way over to the opposite post. Running on to it is Jordan Roberts. Can't quite get his head to it, but he will not let the play die. Roberts, number 23, now facing the ball with his back to play. Steps over it, lays it off very nicely. Now St. Louis FC keeps it. Here's a good ball on the ground from Richard Dixon to Irvin Herrera, and only a goal scorer, only a goal scorer can think he can score from that position on the field. That is a magnificent goal from Irvin Herrera.
My. Really no build-up from his shot. He just turned, looked up, and just ripped it. My goodness.
So the audacity of Irvin Herrera to shoot from that range with his left foot over the top of everyone, curls it into the opposite side netting. What a beautiful goal. Here it is again from a totally different view as Jordan Roberts lays it off to Dixon. Now the key ball there for Dixon, it's early, it's on the ground. Looking up as Herrera sees where the goalkeeper is and curls it into the opposite side netting off the goalpost. A magnificent goal from number 19, Irvin Herrera, the former El Salvadorian international.
Those are goals you dream about, Bob. I wake up at night thinking I just scored a goal like that.
You've never dreamt of shooting a ball from there.
My goodness, off the far post and in. Irvin Herrera tie game. It scores team-leading 6th goal for Herrera.
So 2 beautiful goals tonight. First from the Toros, a totally different way of scoring just recently by St. Louis FC.
Ball's in the St. Louis zone here, trying to break it out. Covered at midfield by the Toros. They'll lay it back. 78 minutes gone here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. 1-1 game.
Now, the question in this particular game in the 79th minute is, just like the Vancouver game, you've come back to equalize. Can you get more? Can you get more out of this game? The shape of this ball is the absolute key, and you're going to see how much it curls. Here's the ball from Dixon on the ground. The goalkeeper's getting a view of this, but he's certainly not anticipating the ball going where it does go. Callum Irving, great form, good technique, but he simply can't get on the end of it.
What a strike from Herrera, tying the game up here. Near side Roberts, can't corral it in, poked out of bounds. And throw in coming for RGV.
Richard Dixon, again, willing to do the running, getting out of the backfield.
Really gets the crowd into it here. The atmosphere is electric here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park in Fenton, Missouri. I'm Dan Petlock alongside Bill McDermott. To the far side, Toros with some speed. Sent in over the head of Pace, but tracks back and brings it in nicely.
Looking for Steinberger there, who's pushed deeply into the penalty area.
Nice move near side by Roberts. On the near side touchline. And defended there by 2 white shirts, beats them both. Pointing out directions. Nice move there, keeps possession. Laying it off. Touch forward, Ambersley looking for Musa. Now turning, Parker Marr. Flicked on top of the 18, nobody there though, and cleared out by RGV. At the half field is Cochran. And he gets it back. AJ, team leader in minutes for Marr. Trying to get a 1-2 combination. Out of bounds though. Throw in coming for St. Louis. 80 minutes now gone here. 1-1 game. Both teams coming off ties. Somebody needs to break through here for a victory.
Yeah, both teams would remain level points-wise if it remained as is, Dan. Both teams come into this competition with 15 points, tied for 4th place.
Dixon for St. Louis on the throw-in. Gets it in to the feet. Chad Bond. To the far side. Now looking for Marr on the long ball. Headed away though by the Toros. They'll get possession right to left. On the far side, Charlie Ward. Laying it off. Ward gets it back.
Oh, he's active for the visiting Toros. Everywhere in the central part of the field, anywhere in that center circle, is number 8, Charlie Ward.
Through midfield. Kasner can't bring it in, and no foul call as the RG Toros player was taken down. St. Louis with possession. Here's Roberts near side running onto it. Got plenty of time and space. Near side, going to take his man on one-on-one. Fakes to the right, now goes right. Creates some space, sent into the far post. It's loose, brought down by Parker Marr. Far side. Building something here. Dangerous is St. Louis, and bad touch there far side. First touch is always critical, Bill.
Oh, positively. It's a hard ball to handle from Mitch Lurie, but nonetheless, Parker Marr, perhaps not used to the flow yet, just entered the game moments ago.
The near side looking for Roberts. Cleared away by the Toros. Musa couldn't bring it in for St. Louis. And no foul called again here. Musa, nice tackle. Won the ball cleanly. Here's Ambersley. One touch pass near side for Roberts. Looks up. Ball sent in at the 6. Headed back post. Oh, Musa couldn't get it though. What a right reaction save. The right arm saved by Callum Irving, but Musa, glorious opportunity there at net. Goodness me.
Musa, who started the play, almost ran onto it at the very end, saying it was a deflection, had to be a corner kick. This is what Callum Irving sees, the goalkeeper. Musa just tries to redirect it, and it just goes wide of the opposite post. He started that play by digging the ball out with a tackle just outside the penalty area of the Toros. Here's how the overall play began as number 23, yet again, Jordan Roberts starts it all by sailing the ball across the goal mouth and redirecting it and flicking it just wide of the opposite post was number 14, James Musa, who's running like the game just started, somehow and in some way. Played the full 90 against Vancouver on Wednesday. Number 14, the team captain, Musa, who's been in superb form as of late for St. Louis FC. We talked about it so often that with the addition of A.J. Cochran going to center back, that allows Musa to come up and play one of the holding midfield slots, and he's much more actively involved in the flow of everything for St. Louis FC.
Musa looking for his 3rd goal on the year there, and St. Louis fans and players thought it was deflected, thought it was a save made, but I think the replays did show that it went wide off the head ball. So, action really picking up here, Bill.
Yeah, Jordan Roberts, the second half change, came in at the 60th minute over the top of the defense, and Musa heads that just wide of the opposite post. Musa claimed that the goalkeeper, Callum Irving, touched it, but it just got beyond his reach. Remember, it was Musa who scored the very first goal of the year for St. Louis in their first win back on April 2nd against the Orange County Blues. And I mentioned a minute ago that closing out the month of July will be the visiting Seattle Sounders. That's not accurate. They'll be here on Wednesday, July 6th, the Seattle Sounders.
Hey, G&W Meat and Bavarian Style Sausage Company is proud to be an official brand of St. Louis FC, celebrating over 50 years as a family-owned St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. Foul called at midfield. St. Louis will have a free kick here. See if they can send one into the box here. 85 minutes gone, looking for the go-ahead goal here is St. Louis. Another couple substitutions here.
As we get into the 86th minute, and the referee has to keep track of all this time wasting by the visiting Toros. As number 4, George Malky, goes down now. Wilmer Cabrera also seeking to make a change, also trying to bring back the injured number 13, Emilio Garcia. Malky will make his way off the field as slowly as possible. Coming on with the change will be number 3, Taylor Hunter. Again, another player, Hunter, involved in the Houston Dynamo organization. Picked in the 2015 draft. 7-6 in favor of the visiting Toros on shots. Shots on goal. St. Louis leads in that capacity. And like Wednesday night, another great USL game here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. 2 wonderful goals from 2 very gifted teams.
See what St. Louis wants to do off the set piece here. Pulling it in and headed away by the Toros. Tracking it down far side, Mitch Laurie. Gets cut off.
And allowed to re-enter is number 13, Emilio Garcia.
Played forward, Toros, Ward. That's offsides if it gets there. Good defensive play there by Dixon though. Knock that ball away. Herrera was onside, I believe, as he curled back, and yes he was. Herrera, far side, gets a corner.
And there's how dangerous Herrera could be, Dan. You expect him to show up in the penalty area. This time he's out on the left flank, close to the left wing corner flag, and you know he's good with the ball at his feet, so you send the ball out to him on the ground, looking for a good cross. He wins a corner in the process and allows a good ball striker, good dead ball striker like Bond, to send one over.
Chad Bond sends it in. Musa again. Just couldn't bring it in with the right foot. Cleared out of danger. Takes a weird bounce and stays in near midfield. Track it down. Dixon playing it for pace. 87 minutes gone. We have a 1-1 score here.
Again, can you get more out of this?
Looking for Herrera, and off his line was Callum Irvin.
Callum Irvin off his line very quickly there to make that play.
Herrera threatening once again on the other end there for St. Louis.
Yeah, he's always going to be a threat. Anywhere around the penalty area, Dan, he's going to be a threat.
Bond for Marr. And out of bounds looking for Ambersley, and the ball forward. Throw in coming.
Ambersley, who switched flanks when Jordan Roberts came on the right flank. Ambersley did not start this match. Sheila Chuma did.
Ball played here, and a foul called. It's going to be a foul against RGV, and a card coming. Yellow card caution issued to George Malky. Our second booking of the game here.
Jorginho James, who's been very active all evening long from Rio Grande Valley, goes over to tackle James Musa, and in the process does so, but Elvis Mamutovic says that's a yellow card. It'll be a dangerous free kick for St. Louis FC, even though it's directly straight. You prefer an angular dead ball scenario, but a ball like this could be flicked on. Chad Bond as it gets into the 90th.
Flicked forward. Toros get to it first at the 18, and a handball there, yes indeed. Just outside the box, Ambersley headed it down right into the forearm of the Toros player. Referee right there all over it, calling a dangerous free kick just outside the 18.
Just outside the penalty area. Ball last touched by number, I think it was Kasner, who inadvertently touched that.
If he's got his arms down by his sides, I don't think he calls that, but his arms are up near his midsection.
And here's the play again. Did he attempt to redirect or make himself bigger with the head ball? But he did change the direction of the ball as Ambersley got up, rose to meet it, headed it down. Kasner touched it, again inadvertently, but just outside the penalty area.
Dangerous set piece here coming for St. Louis.
Now, if this ball is passed, this ball is to be shot. This ball is to be shot every day of the week and 3 times on Sunday. This is an excellent opportunity for St. Louis FC to grab something from this game, more than just 1 point.
Musa's over the ball. Herrera walks away. I think that's Bond and Musa discussing what they want to do here. Or is that Parker Mark? Shot towards goal, just over the crossbar. Nice effort there. I believe that was from Chad Bond.
It was. Good attempt by Bond. Trying to curl it inside that near post. Remember that Bond scored a dead ball in a similar scenario against his visiting Swope Park Rangers. The second of that game, St. Louis won 3-0.
St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud sponsor of St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 5 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things can happen. Played forward by St. Louis. Amersley trying to get on the other end of that long ball, and we have a foul called. A free kick coming for the Toros.
Zach Steinberger allowed to re-enter. There's the goal scorer for St. Louis FC, number 19, Irvin Herrera. In the background, you see the referee, rightfully so, Elvis Mamutovic, motioning to get on with the play.
Restarted via the free kick there. Amersley trying to bring it in at midfield, knocked away. It's loose. Brought down on the near side by the team in white on the edge line. Good defense there by Richard Dixon. Out of bounds though.
And nice work by Emilio Garcia to keep that ball for the Toros.
Sent in. Kick for Steinberger. The referee really letting them play here. Arms. There's quite the two-step dance going on as the RGV player went down. No foul call. With possession here though. Here come the white shirts. Near side. And Steinberger shot. Ooh, and a nice block there by the defense. I believe that was Cochran getting his head in front of that shot.
It was A.J. Cochran again. The central part of defense, very valuable.
Amersley trying to track it down, playing it back. Dixon pushing it forward. Looking for Parker Marr. Flicks it onto himself. Can he get on the other end of it? Now push forward. And the 18. It's cleared up, but not out of danger. Ball bounces. It's up in the air. It's brought down and cleared out by the Toros at midfield now. Sent back in towards danger. And Herrera took his man down, and the foul is called. Fans didn't like it, but
referee whistling up, probably because Herrera fouled there before he had possession of the ball. Here's that particular play. Herrera's battling that last defender. That's indeed a foul by the forward. He used his body before he had the ball. Right call by the referee. That was Mamutovic.
Sent in all the way to Mark Pace. Hey, Walter Noah Florist, your personal florist since 1983, family owned and operated. Proud sponsor of St. Louis FC Soccer right here on the Big 550 KTRS. You can order online today at WKF.com. Mark Pace rolls it to himself, takes a couple of dribbles well outside of his box. Sending it forward. Here's Jordan Roberts outside the 18. Has a notion. Deflects. Oh, just wide right. Roberts had the notion. It deflected at the penalty spot, and we have a dangerous corner kick coming here.
That ball inadvertently last touch by Ivan Amagalez almost into his own goal.
Quick corner here. Sent far post. And cleared away. Tracking it down. Steinberger for the Toros. Dribbling out of bounds. Throw in coming for St. Louis. St. Louis trying to get the go-ahead goal here. Threatening on the far side. They're dangerous here.
Yeah, there's nothing artistic now. Just get it into the penalty area.
Cleared away at the top of the 18 of the service. Sent right back in and through everyone. And Callum Irvin brings it in. Going to try and waste some time. Dribble it to his far side box. And now picks it up with some pressure from St. Louis. We're in stoppage time here. And that will do it. So St. Louis had their chances here in the second half, just couldn't convert. They go down 1-0. Irvin Herrera ties the game 1-1 in a glorious game, and that's how we end here. 1-1 after 90 minutes of play, Bill.
So as both teams conclude with a point, they stay deadlocked in fourth place with 16 points apiece. The two wonderful goals being scored tonight. First of all, for the visitors, largely engineered by that man, number 8, Charlie Ward, who was active all evening long for Rio Grande Valley. It was 1-1. That was the final scoreline, each team getting a point. And here's how it all began. Rio Grande Valley coming out of their backfield, once again finding number 8, Charlie Warren. Ambersley does the diving tackle, and it falls directly to the feet of Memo Rodriguez. That's a magnificent ball behind everyone. Calm, cool, composed on the finished is number 11, Jose Escalante. Now, that is one way to score in this league and around the world. Here's a different way. Parker Marr to the opposite post to a second half change, Jordan Roberts. The ball eludes both players, but stays in play. Now with his back to play, on the ball is Jordan Roberts, looks up, does a little step over. Richard Dixon will play it early on the ground. Watch Herrera look up here to see where the goalkeeper is, and that is not an accidental strike. Into the opposite side, off the inside of the goalpost. A magnificent goal from the home side, Irvin Herrera. Here it is in real speed. Herrera looking to get involved in the offense ever since he came on. Dixon on the ground, early, away from the goalkeeper. On the curled shot is number 19, Irvin Herrera. Beautiful goal from both teams.
Hey, make sure you tune in every Friday night to the Big 550 KTRS FC Soccer Weekly, 7 to 9 p.m. Stay up to date with all things soccer with interviews from players, coaches, and executives from around the league. KTRS FC Soccer Weekly every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Plenty to talk about from this game, Bill McDermott.
Positively. The home team played well again in the later stages. They came back to equalize. We talk about the valuable work that the offensive did in both games. The Minnesota game upcoming on Wednesday night, Open Cup game, Saturday the 11th. Tulsa visits Saturday the 25th. Portland visits. Then the Seattle Sounders, yet another MLS team like Portland. They come in Wednesday, July 6th. So it doesn't get any easier for St. Louis FC as they played last Wednesday, tonight, and they play another game on Wednesday. Sunday, Wednesday. Nobody in the world plays Sunday, Wednesday.
They're going to have their work cut out for them and have to get their fitness levels up, make sure they're stretching and ready for Wednesday. And one quick last live read here. G&W Meat, Bavarian Style Sausage Company, is proud to be the official bride of St. Louis FC, celebrating over 50 years of the family-owned St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. That wraps it up here from Fenton, Missouri at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Both teams leave here with the point. The Toros leave now with 16 points. STLFC also with 16 points. Both teams stay deadlocked in that fourth position in the Western Conference. For Bill McDermott, I've been Dan Bellock. It's been our pleasure broadcasting this game here from Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. It's a tie game between the Toros and St. Louis FC. Back at it Wednesday right here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Have a good night, everybody.